go ahead and adjust your knees out wide. And start maybe with your toes tucked under a little bit. And first just sit back toward your heels so that the arches of your feet get a little space here. And then we'll start working our chest and forehead toward the floor. And then try to really crawl your fingertips forward and focus on lengthening your spine and then reaching your shoulders toward the floor. Take a long breath there. Then drop your toes under and settle your hips back further. Do any shifting out of your ribs and hips that feel nice for you. We'll take a long breath, inhale and exhale. And then we'll take our right arm and just let it rest across your lower back. We call that our bind position. And then we'll take those left fingertips and we're going to crawl them off the mat to the right. And then you're trying to lengthen that left side all the way between the rib cage from the hip to the fingertips. And then try to crawl that left hand even further over and out front. And settle that left shoulder a little closer to the floor and breathe. Then release your right hand out and walk both hands back to the center. Keep your right hand forward, let your left arm rest across your lower back. And then drop your chest over toward your left knee as you crawl your right fingertips over. And then try to settle that right hip bone down, but lengthen the fingertips over. Try to open up that space between the rib cage. And then see if you can't crawl those right fingertips even further. And reach your right shoulder down toward the floor. And then we'll move that left hand out from behind and walk both hands to the center. And then we'll shift our hips forward and move our hands back into table. So we have our long spine, we rotate the biceps forward. We're going to press off our palms and round the spine into cat spine. You want to tuck your tailbone and soften your chin. And then drop your rib cage down, lift your collarbones and lift your tailbone. Then again, press off your palms and round a cat spine. Then inhale, release a cow spine. Then as you come back to your center, lengthen your spine, tuck your toes at the back of your mat. We're going to press the weight of our hips back to our heels again. So here we want to open up the arches of the feet. And then we'll shift forward into that table again. We'll keep our toes tucked this time. So you press off your palms, just lift your knees, reach your rib cage through. So your head and chest are trying to be closer to your legs than your arms are. And then lift your tailbone high and feel your heels reaching toward the floor. Then just give your right knee a little bend so that your left heel reaches closer to the floor. Feel that nice length. And then soften your left knee and let your right heel reach closer to the floor. Then sink both heels. Then lift your heels, bend your knees, and hover your knees about an inch or two off the floor. So here we're starting to warm through that core space, long through the back of the neck. Feel your palms pulling back, tone your belly space. Then tap your knees down and drop the tops of your feet and give them just a little tap up. That should feel nice. And then we'll take our left foot to the back, tuck your toes and push that left heel back as far as you can. So you're pressing off your palms and reaching through the heel. Then we'll lift that left heel up and you're going to sweep it off the mat to the right. There you'll tuck the toe and push the heel. And then you'll look over your right shoulder and push your left hip to the left. So opening up the side of the hip there. Then we'll take that left heel, lift it up, and send it to the back. Step your right toe back and press into that down dog again. Feel your chest reaching through, tailbone high, heels low. Then we'll shift our torso forward, lift the heels, bend the knees, let them hover an inch or two off the floor. Again, encouraging that core, long spine, long neck. Then we'll tap our knees down, drop the tops of the feet, slide your right foot back and push that right heel firmly away from you. Palms are pushing forward, heel is reaching back. Then we'll take that right leg, lift it up, take it off the mat to the left side. Tuck the toe on that side and push the heel. Look over your left shoulder and send your right hip to the right. Just breathe into that space, hold on your inhale and exhale. Then we'll take that right toe, send it to the back of the mat and step the left foot back to plank. Press off your palms, lift into your down dog. Pedal your heels up and down. Now, as you look forward, our hands and toes are just going to make their way toward the front of the mat. When you get to the front of the mat, spread your toes wide and try to find that distance between each of your toes, a little space. Let your arms hang heavy and let your head hang heavy. And just sway your upper body from side to side. So we're letting those shoulders just hang. We breathe in here. Then we'll bring our hands to our knees, round through your spine like your cat spine. Come all the way up to your full standing mountain. Reach your fingertips down and feel the top of your head reach up. Tone into your belly space, lengthen the sides of your waist, reach your fingertips to the sky. Now on your exhale, you're just going to open your arms wide, let your shoulders release and look toward the sky. Then inhale, reach up tall, turn your palms outward, and then sweep your fingertips toward the floor. That's swan dive, and reach up tall, and open your palms and swan dive, and fill it up. One more time, exhale, swan dive forward, and inhale, fill it up. Now as you release your arms, scoop your right arm underneath your left, and then nudge your elbows out away from your chest. Now, some of you will be able to cross your wrists, right? That eagle arm position. We're trying to open that space between our shoulder blades. Reach the back of your head back, but then open the space between your shoulder blades. And then slowly start lifting your elbows up off your chest, out in front of your nose, to whatever degree works for you. And take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release your arms, reach up tall. Do that swan dive again. Fill it all the way up. One more time. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift. Now this time as you release your arms halfway, your left one comes under your right, and we lift away from the chest. Sometimes I do mirroring, and so when I'm not, I forget, and I say it the wrong way. Lift those elbows off your chest. And open that space between your shoulder blades. Again, maybe you cross at the wrist, but you don't have to. Maybe it's just an elbow to elbow. And then we nudge those elbows out in front of the chin. And we breathe, inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, we release, reach your arms up tall. And then just let your arms drop to the side. Then let your chin drop, let your shoulders drop, and start ragdolling your way down. Soften your knees and your hips and let your whole body just sweat. Then bring your fingertips to the floor. Here we're going to step our right foot back. And then as you lift your right heel, bend the knee and bring it in so you have a nice square underneath your legs here. And bring your hands onto your left thigh and lift up top. So we want that right knee through the hip to the shoulder, straight line. And we'll reach our fingertips tall. Lengthen through the sides of your waist. Now make that left foot really strong. Feel like it's pushing down and then pulling back. And then take your arms out to the side. Look over your left shoulder and rotate your left arm back, right arm forward. Take the back of your left hand and try to pull it back a little further. Reach your right fingertips forward. Take a deep breath in here. Now take that right hand and bring it down to the floor. If you have a block you're using, you're welcome to put a block there. Now you're going to take your left elbow and you're going to reach it down toward your left ankle. Reach, reach, reach down as far as you can. Now push off your right hand and reach your left arm up to the sky again. And then one more time, we're going to take that left elbow and we're going to reach it down toward the inside of the ankle. And then you're going to take that left hand and place it on your left thigh. You'll take your left toes and turn them out so they're 45 degrees out. And then you'll bring that left elbow to the left inner thigh, and you're going to push that knee out to the side. Now you're going to start sliding your right hand forward and maybe bring the elbow all the way down to the floor. If you can't get the elbow down, maybe it's just a soft elbow with your hand a little out to the front. And we're pushing that left hip out, creating some space there. And then we'll release the left hand in and move the left toe back onto the mat. Tuck your right toe and lift the knee. Now we're going to walk our hands through center, and we're going to come out into our straddle leg. So make sure you turn both toes and they're pointed straight ahead. You can either have your fingertips down to the floor just under your shoulders, or maybe they come up onto your thighs or your ankles, wherever that works for you. And then we start lowering the rib cage down. So your hands can either walk through your legs, they can reach toward your ankles, and we're going to let our top of our heads hang heavy. We're lifting our tailbones high. Then we'll bring our fingertips back out front, and you'll take your left hand and reach it straight out over the top of your head. Take your right arm out to the butt, bring the left fingertips to the floor. Yeah, take your right arm out to the side. So I want you to think of that threading the needle. That right arm is going to thread underneath and it's going to reach toward your left toes. And then you'll try to look under your left arm as your right arm reaches across. Some of you will be able to grab onto your foot or ankle if that works for you. And we'll take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, we'll bring that right hand back in underneath the shoulder and slide the left hand back. And then we'll walk our body to the right. So our right knee is bent. We're going to lift the left heel and lower the left knee down. So again, we have that nice square shape underneath our legs. And we'll bring our hands to our right thigh. Shoulders are back, and you have that long side of the left side from knee to hip to shoulder. Then we'll reach our arms up top, lengthen the sides of the waist. Now make your right foot really strong here. Take your arms out to the side and look to your right. Rotate your right arm back, left arm forward. Then I want you to really focus on the back of your right hand reaching further back and your left fingertips reaching further forward. Try to create stillness in your body. Hold and inhale. Now take that left hand and lower it down to the floor under your left shoulder. Your right hand is then going to reach down and your right elbow is going to reach toward your right ankle. And then you'll lift and rotate that right hand back up to the sky. Then one more time, that right elbow will reach down to whatever degree you can. You should feel a nice stretch to that right hamstring there. And then we'll release the right hand back up. Now take your right toes and turn them out 45 degrees. That's to help open the hip. We'll bring that right elbow above the knee and push that hip out to the side, right? So that knee is reaching out to that corner. And you might even roll to the pinky toe side of that right foot a little bit. Now take your left hand and try to walk it a little further forward. Maybe you bring your elbow down to the floor. So the front of your left hip is reaching out closer to the floor. And we breathe in. And then we bring the right hand down to the inside. We turn the right toes back to center. Move the left hand in. Tuck your left toes and lift the left knee. And then we walk back to those straddle legs. We come back to that same side. We're pushing our pinky toes away, lifting out of those hip bones. And again, maybe you move your hands to your legs or walking them through your legs, whatever works for you. We'll let the chest and head hang heavy. But then you lift out of your sits bones. We're trying to lengthen the back of the legs here. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. Then we'll bring our fingertips back down and lift your rib cage. Take your right hand and just reach it out in front of you wherever that reaches for you, or your intended fingertips there. Left arm out to the left. Try to keep your hips as they are. As you scoop, thread that needle underneath with that left arm. And then turn your palm down and try to crawl those left fingertips out towards your right toe. Maybe you grab onto the foot or the ankle. Try to look under your right arm a little bit. And breathe into that space you're creating. Inhale. And exhale. Then that left hand moves back in under left shoulder, and the right hand moves in next to it. And then we walk the body over to the left. Here, that right knee comes all the way down, and we move our hands to the right and move the left leg around. That brings us back into our table. We have that nice long spine. We have active palms pushing forward. We'll tuck our toes. Sit back toward your heels, and then keep pushing off your palms. Lift your knees. Then lift your hip bones and soften your heels toward the floor. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lift your heels, and then bring your knees to hover off the floor, an inch or two. Hold, inhale. Exhale, tap your knees down. Drop the tops of your feet. Sit back into your hips and slide your hands and your forehead down. Crawl your fingertips forward. On your exhale, shift your shoulders forward. So shoulders come over fingertips, and we tone that belly space. Here, the elbows are going to squeeze the rib cage. Then we'll slide the hips back, drop the tops of the feet, slide the elbows forward, and lift out of the top of your head. A nice shoulder roll, lengthen, maybe press off your palms and lift those elbows if it feels like your spine's ready for that. Then inhale, lower down. Here we're going to take our tented fingertips off the mat for our lizard pose. We do a big shoulder roll back and lift your heart. Now your right shoulder is going to lift up and pull back, and your left shoulder is going to reach across toward the floor. You're looking to your right. Yeah. Then that left shoulder lifts up, and the right shoulder reaches across, and you look to your left. And then that right shoulder lifts. We lower the rib cage down, move the hands in, draw the belly space away from the floor, press up, tuck your toes, and move into your down dog. Beautiful. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, look forward. Move to the front of your mat, any way that works best for you. Check your feet, spread your toes, feet hip distance apart, head hangs. Fold your elbows in. Then bring your hands out to your shins and find your flat back. Now, flat back can be done with fingertips to the floor if you have that reach. Then we bend into our knees, bring our hands to our thighs, tuck your chin, round your spine all the way up, pulling your shoulder blades away. Inhale, reach your palms to the sky. Exhale, open into your goddess. So we're opening across the front chest and shoulders. And then inhale, reach up, turn your palms open, sweep toward the floor, swan dive. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, elbows out halfway, right one underneath left, and then lift up and away into those eagle arms. So one more time to open that shoulder space, nudge those elbows out in front of your nose, and breathe, inhale. Exhale, release your arms, sweep up top. Here's that swan dive again. Open palms, sweep. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, halfway out, left under right. And then lift those elbows up and away and open that shoulder blade space. And breathe, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, release your arms. Roll your shoulders back and find your mountain. Bring your weight to your left foot and take a nice step back with your right. Take your right toes and turn them open so that right foot is parallel to your mat. And then reach your arms out. So this is triangle pose. Your left fingertips are going to reach out as far as you can from your waist, you bend. And then you lower your left hand and reach your right arm up to the sky. Looking up, we hold, inhale. Beautiful. Now bend your left knee and move your left elbow onto your left thigh. Now take that right arm and reach over your ear and make the right side of your body long, all the way from your pinky toe to your fingertips. If you feel shortened in your stance, heel toe that right foot further back. Now, if you want a little more core work here, brace your core and release your left elbow off your left thigh. That's just an option. Then we'll take that right palm, it's going to pull back and your left arm is going to come forward and we'll release our shoulders into warrior two. Beautiful, our feet are actively pressing. Then we'll push up our left leg, reach up. Here's where we're going to turn our left toes to match our right back into those straddle legs. We're going to bring our hands down to our thighs and do that forward hinge. Then choose, do you want to bring your fingertips straight down to the floor or onto your shins? Whatever works for you. Then we'll start lowering the chest and let the head drop. Either walk your hands through or rest them underneath your shoulders or reach toward your ankles, whatever feels nice. We take a deep breath in here. Then we take our right hand, reach it out to the front. Reach your left hand out to the front, take your right arm out to the side. Reach that right hand under. Now turn your palm down if you can and crawl those fingertips to any degree. Still lifting out of those hips. We breathe, inhale. Exhale, that right hand moves back in under the shoulder and the left hand comes in. Then we walk our body to the right. Right, so we're just going to repeat our pattern on this side. First, you're going to shift your hips back and you're going to step your left foot forward. So we're in our fold at the opposite end of the mat. We breathe, inhale. Then bring your hands to your shins and find that long spine, flat back. Then soften your knees, hands to your thighs, tuck your belly, round your spine up. Pull your shoulders away and land your mountain. Inhale, reach the top. Exhale, open into your goddess. Inhale, reach up, turn your palms open. Swan dive toward your toes. Inhale, pull it up. Elbows halfway out, right one under left. Lift your elbows up and away into eagle arms. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, release your arms, reach the top. Open your palms, swan dive, release. Fill it up. This time, right one under left. Lift those elbows up away from your chest, eagle arms again. This should feel like it got easier each time we repeat, right? Then we release the arms, we find our mountain. Release your shoulder blades. Bring your weight to your right foot, step your left foot back. Then take your left toes and rotate them open. We're back into that triangle pose. Arms reach forward and back. Our feet feel like they're pressing firmly. We hinge to our right hip, reach straight out first, and then lower your right hand to any degree down that right leg, and your left arm tries to stack straight up. Now we're lifting that right hip up and back to encourage that hamstring. We hold, inhale. Then bend your right knee and slide your right elbow onto your right thigh. Take your left arm and reach over your ear. And then try to lengthen that left side. So maybe move that left toe a little further back. Hold, inhale. Now actively press off your foot. Reach out of your left fingertips. Maybe your right arm comes off that thigh to encourage more core strength. We hold, inhale. That left arm pulls back. The right arm comes forward. Lift your rib cage, warrior two. Right knee is bent, reaching toward the pinky toe. Hold, inhale. Here's that gentle warrior. Push off your right leg, reach your fingertips to the sky. Turn your right toes to face with your left. And then again, we bring our hands to our thighs and take that long spine straight out. And then adjust your hands to the floor, to your shins, wherever it works. Then start lowering your chest and let your head hang heavy. Then move your hands. Maybe they reach back. Maybe they reach closer to your ankles. We hold, inhale. Exhale, the left arm reaches out, right arm reaches out front, sorry. Left arm reaches to the side, and then we thread that needle. You scoop under, but then you turn your left palm down, and then you crawl those fingertips to any degree out towards those right toes, or you can grab onto your right ankle. Hold, inhale, and exhale. And then that left hand moves back in, and the right hand comes back. We walk our bodies over to the left, bring the right knee to the floor, shift your hips back and kick your left leg around. Beautiful. Go ahead and shift your hips, find your table. Tuck your toes. Active press off your palms. Send the weight back to your heels. Then lift your knees, reach your rib cage through. Lift your tailbone and deepen your heels. So each down dog should get a little easier. Those hamstrings are more lengthened now. Then we lift our heels, bring the knees down to the floor, or not to the floor, almost to the floor, hovering off the floor. Find that strong core. Hold, inhale. Then we tap the knees down, drop the tops of the feet, sit back, sliding your hands forward, reaching your forehead down. Then exhale, we shift forward, tuck your toes, move into your plank. Bring your knees down if you like, elbows hug the rib cage, hips soften. Maybe you're ready to keep those arms back for an up dog, or do that Sphinx or Cobra pose. Make sure shoulders are back in any position, top of your head is reaching. Then maybe press the tops of your feet down. Your kneecaps don't have to lift. They might, but we want to at least take some weight off the kneecaps. Then we'll lower the rib cage down. Move those lizard hands back out to the side, elbows up. Press off your fingertips, lift your rib cage. Bring your left shoulder up and back and reach your right shoulder across. Feel that nice stretch to the front of the shoulder. Then that right shoulder lifts up, pulls back, your left shoulder reaches across. And then that left shoulder comes back. We lower the ribs, move the hands in. Draw your belly space away from the floor. Choose if you want to come up from knees or toes and push. And we'll bring our knees wide and sit into child's pose. Let your forehead rest. Let your tailbone reach back. If you need some water, please grab some. And then just focus on a long inhale through your nose and a soft exhale off the back of your throat with a sighing breath. Full breath, inhale. Side away, exhale. One more long breath. And side away. Now, as we release the shoulders back, we'll lift the spine. Move your knees forward. So this is hero pose. And if this is uncomfortable for you to sit into your heels, feel free to lift up onto your knees. Relax your shoulders and just take a deep breath, inhale up. Now, take your arms, lengthen them from your hip bones to get as much length through the sides of your waist as you can. And then just take your fingertips and bring them to the base of your skull. Now press the base of your skull against your fingertips and bring your gaze up. Another nice way to open the chest and the front of the shoulders. And again, you can lift up off your knees if that's better for you. Now use your fingertips to lift the back of your skull back to neutral, and your chin will come forward, and we'll release the arms down. So we're going to use that in our next balance. So I wanted to warm that up first. Tuck your toes. Sit back into your heels, and we'll be toward the back of our mats as we round back onto our heels, and then move the hands to the thighs. Draw the belly space and stand all the way up. Shoulders away. All right, so we'll reach those arms down to the side. Maybe rock a couple times back and forth through your feet, spreading your toes, and then try to feel the full surface of your foot pressing down into the floor. Take a nice deep breath in here.
Let your shoulders release away from your ears. Now, keeping the sides of your waist tall, we're going to lift our heels. You're going to squeeze your inner ankles. And then you're going to bring your fingertips together and move your gaze toward your hands. Try to create that balance in your body. Then we'll move our hands to our heart and we'll lower our heels down. Inhale, we'll reach those arms back up to the sky. So we have that nice long sideways. You're going to bring your weight to your right foot and tap your left big toe back. Give your right knee a little micro bend. So here's where I want you to bring those fingertips to the base of your skull again. Your elbows are pulling back and the back of your head kind of pushes against the tips of your fingertips. So we're creating a little back bend. Then we'll bend that right knee a little bit. Lift your left toe up. Now, see if you can bend into your left leg and create a little deeper back bend. Now, release just your left arm and reach it towards your left ankle. Maybe you can grab onto your ankle. So we keep that back bend. This is dancer pose. Look, a cramp in my big toe of my right foot. Hold, inhale. And exhale. Then we'll release that left arm. Bring your chin back to center and step your left foot down. And release your arms to the side. Shake them out. Beautiful. All right. So we have those strong feet again. Maybe again you rock through your feet, releasing the arches. Then spread the toes and really feel the soles of your feet pulling in toward each other. Inhale, fill it up. Again, we find that long side waist, our palms turn toward each other. Our shoulders release away from the ears, but we don't lose any of the lengthening of the waist. And we lift our heels. And we draw in through those inner ankles. And then fingertips come to touch, and we move our gaze up. And we work towards creating stillness. Hold, inhale. And exhale. And then we lower the hands to the heart and lower the heels. Release the shoulders, and then sweep the fingertips back up. Here's where we bring those fingertips to the base of the skull again. We bring our weight to our left foot and our right big toe taps back. The base of the skull pushes the fingertips back, starting to create that back bend. Our left knee has a significant bend. Our right toes lift up. Then we bend that right knee, release the right hand, turn your palm open, reach toward your right heel. Some will be able to find that ankle grab. We're still creating that back bend. We breathe, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, right hand releases, right foot comes down. We tilt our chin back to neutral, and we release, and we shake out those arms. And then we'll soften the chin toward the chest and gently ragdoll our bodies down. Head hanging heavy, we breathe. And we exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. And then any way that works for you, we'll bring our fingertips down, bring our knees down, and bring our hips around. We'll find that nice tall seat. So come right up onto your sits bones, find that full length through your spine. Take a sweep of your fingertips up. Now check your feet, they're hip distance apart. Bring your right hand behind and bring your left hand across and push with that left elbow, look over your right shoulder. Lift the sides of your waist as you inhale. Then reach your fingertips to the sky and rotate to your left. Right elbow across, left hand behind, look to your left. Then come back to your center, reach your arms up. Hinge your torso back until you feel that core engagement. Take a full inhale. Then on your exhale, tone your belly space. Gently, in a controlled fashion, roll down. Remember, you can use your hands behind your thighs to help control that. Reach your arms straight up to the sky. Shoulder blades are flat and wide. Your feet press down into your mat. Engage your glutes. Lift your hips into bridge pose. Shoulders are relaxed and wide. The back of your head is rested. Then we'll tap the tailbone down. Reach the arms over the top of your head. Bring your knees up one at a time until your knees are 90 degrees. So right here, you might feel like that space underneath your shoulder blades is arched off the floor. I want you to draw your spine in, reach your tailbone away until that space is flattened down into the floor. Now, if your arms over the top of your head bothers your shoulders, maybe bring your arms out to the side, okay, wherever that's comfortable for you. So here, we're going to squeeze our inner thighs together. You're going to draw your belly space in, and you're going to let both knees drop a little over to your right. So your left hip lifts up, and then you pull across your left rib cage and bring your knees back to center. Draw that belly space in again. Drop both knees to your left, letting your right hip lift up a little bit, and then you pull across that right side and bring your knees back to center. Again, we engage that belly button in, flatten those shoulder blades, both knees drop to your right. Maybe a little bit deeper, but don't let that left shoulder lift. Then pull those knees back to center. Release your spine, inhale. Then draw that spine in again. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. To whatever degree works for you, keeping right shoulder down. Then pull the knees back to center and let your lower back release. Bring your feet down to the floor. Slide your heels away and stretch your whole body from your fingertips to your toes. Then flex your ankles and push your heels down into the floor. Sweep your arms forward, lifting your shoulders. Draw your belly space, look at your toes, round up. Again, use your hands to pull, and maybe you bend your knee to help with that pull. Lift your torso tall. Flex your ankles and hinge straight forward. Long spine, long legs. Then we sit up nice and tall. Take your arms out to the side. Now, without shifting your heels or your hips, rotate your upper body to the right. Reach your left arm forward. Then inhale back to your center, work that waistline. Exhale to your left. Again, try not to shift your sits bones or your heels. Then bring your left arm forward. Walk your knees in. Rotate to your left. Left hand back, right elbow across, look over. Inhale, reach up tall, and rotate to your right. Inhale back to your center, arms up. Hinge back until you feel that core engage. Breathe, inhale there, then tuck the low belly. Exhale, controlled roll down. Inhale, heels come in a little bit, arms go straight up. Press your feet, lift your hips, squeeze those glutes, inner thighs. Bridge pose. Then we lower the tailbone. This time, let's see if we can keep our arms up. Keep those shoulder blades down. Bring your knees 90 degrees, one at a time. Now, draw that belly space in, so your spine is reaching into the floor. Drop both knees to the left, letting your right hip lift, but not your right shoulder. Now, pull across your rib cage and bring your knees up. Now, if you find you can't do that with those arms up, if you get that shoulder lift, then just bring your elbows down. Drop both knees to your right. Left shoulder anchored to the floor. Use those obliques. Pull your knees back to center. Bring your heels to the floor. Slide them away. Reach your arms out long. Flex your ankles. Push your heels into the floor. Tuck into your glutes. Sweep your arms forward. Look at your toes. Ready? Exhale, lift. Tall spine. Hinge forward. Lift those heels. Press down the back of the knees. Lift your rib cage. Reach your arms out. Exhale, rotate to your left. Reaching your fingertips in each direction. Inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate to your right. Inhale back to your center. Arms come forward, walk the knees in. Rotate to your right. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, reach up tall. Inhale, rotate to your left. Exhale, reach up tall. Bring your arms forward, hinge your torso back, tone your belly space. This time, if you like, maybe you lift your feet. Hold on your inhale and your exhale. Then the feet come down, we tuck the low belly, we round down. Arms reach straight up, shoulders square, press your feet. Exhale, press, lift those hips high. Squeeze those glutes and inner thighs. Then lower your tailbone down. Again, arms either straight up or elbows tapped to the side. Bring your knees 90 degrees up. Draw your belly space left. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Keep those shoulders flat. Pull your knees back to center. Use those core muscles. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Shoulders flat. Use those obliques. Pull those knees back to center. Bring your heels to the floor. Slide them away. Reach your arms out long. Full breath, inhale. Flex your ankles. Push your heels into the floor. Tuck your glutes. Bring your arms forward. Look at your toes. Exhale, roll up. Tall spine. Long legs. Hinge forward. Lift up tall. Arms out wide. No shifting out of the lower body. Rotate to the right. Little deeper each time. Long waistline. Inhale to your center. Exhale, rotate to your left. Even hips. Inhale back to your center. Both arms forward. Walk your knees in. Exhale, rotate to your right. Look over that left shoulder. Lift up tall. Rotate to your right. Look over the right shoulder. Inhale, lift. Arms forward, left side. Hinge back. Again, maybe you lift your feet. It's an option. Should really feel how your core needs to engage to hold that position. Then we bring the feet down, tuck the belly, round down. Reach your arms straight out, plant your feet. Press your feet, lift your hips, bridge pose. Really engage through those glutes, inner thighs, inner ankles and knees. Then the tailbone lowers. Arms either up or elbows to the side. Knees 90 degrees. Now draw that spine in. So you tuck your belly, push your spine toward the floor. Drop your knees to the left, pinning your shoulders flat. Maybe a little deeper this time. Pull across your knees, come back to center. You release your spine, and then you re-engage. Draw the belly in. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Pin the shoulders. Pull those knees back up. Release your spine. Bring your heels to the floor. Slide them away. Reach your arms out long. Take a full breath, inhale. Flex your ankles. Push your heels into the floor. Tuck your glutes. Sweep your arms. Look at your toes. Exhale, round up. Full lift at the top. Hinge forward. Lift your ribcage. Reach your arms out. Exhale, rotate left. Big wide arms. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate right. Inhale, center. Arms forward, knees in. Exhale, turn to your right. Breath, inhale. Reach up and rotate to your left. And back to your center. Beautiful. Let's just give those hips a little breathing room. Slide your right foot on the inside of your left leg out long. Take a nice deep breath. Let your left elbow drop on the inside of your left knee. Take your right arm, reach up as high as you can, and then that right palm is going to reach over toward those left toes. Open your right palm and look underneath. Really open it up, breathe in and exhale. Inhale, sweep your right arm across. Bring your right hand next to your right hip. Now take your left arm to the sky. Now as you push off your right hand and your right shin, You'll lift your hip up and reach your left side long. Open that left palm, look under. And then lower your hips, sweep your left arm. As you come back to your center, switch your legs. So left foot inside, right leg out. Inhale, fill it out. Drop your right elbow to the inside of your right knee. Take that left palm, reach it up and over your ear. Then open the palm, nudge the shoulder back, look under. And then stretch further. Hold on your inhale. And then that left arm is going to sweep, comes next to your left hip. Right arm reaches to the sky. Again, left shin, left hand push. Right side lengthens over, reach in the palm and look up. Stretch from fingertip to toe. Then sweep your right arm, lowering your hips, and come back to your center. Oh, beautiful. We're just going to take those legs and scoop them over to the side. As we come back to our center here, I'm going to do a little forearm series with some lower back work. So this is our last series for the night. We just have a few minutes left. So we have our elbows right underneath our shoulders, and your knees are directly under your hips. And we call this puppy pose, right? And this is always a nice thing to use instead of table, right, when you have bad wrists. So keep that in mind. Anytime anyone with wrists that get sore, feel free to substitute for this puppy pose. So we have that long neck here. We're going to draw the belly space in so that you take the curve out of your lower back. Feel like your elbows are pulling toward your knees and lengthen through the back of your neck. Then take your left leg and slide it back so your knee lifts off the floor, but your toes stay on the floor. Then you're going to slide your right fingertips forward. So your right arm is right alongside your ears. Now, super draw in your belly. Lift your right fingertips and left toes. Inhale, lengthen from heel to fingertip. Exhale, tap them down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, tap them down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Nice. One more time. Tap down and lift and lengthen. Nice. Bring that right elbow in. Bring your left toe to the back of your mat and then step your right toe back into your forearm plank. Then bring both knees in and then lower the tops of your feet. Then slowly lower your hips down. Pull your shoulders back and lift out of the top of your head. Then we'll take our hands and walk them forward. Now, as you lower your rib cage down, you should have soft elbows here. You're going to take your belly button and pull it in toward your lower back. Press off your hands enough to lift the upper part of your rib cage. Now, this is Superman series. You're going to first start by pressing the tops of your feet down, lifting your kneecaps. Then on your exhale, you're going to try to reach your arms alongside your ears, keeping that upper rib cage lifted. Inhale there. Exhale, lower your hands down. So we still have a little lift of the upper part of our rib cage. And then we'll take both of our legs and float them off the floor. Hold, inhale, lengthen them out of your hips. Exhale, lower them down. And then your next one, you combine those two. Draw your belly in. Exhale, lift your arms, lift your thighs. Your chin is pointed down and you stretch out as far as you can. Then you lower it down and release. Then we go back to just our upper body. Hold, inhale, draw your belly, press your feet down. Exhale, lift your arms alongside your ears and then try to stretch as far as you can. Then lower your hands down, inhale there. Exhale, lift your thighs, stretch your legs out as far as you can. And then lower your tops of your feet. Then we get both of those together. Make sure you're drawing your belly space in, support that lower back. Exhale, lift arms and legs. Inhale, stretch them out as far as you can. And exhale, lower it all down. Nice. Go ahead and bend your knees and windshield wiper side to side. Now, as we lift the ribcage up a little bit, you're going to bring your elbows back in directly under your shoulders. Then do that tuck of your belly and lift up your hips, and then walk your elbows back into your in puppy pose again. So knees are directly under your hips, and forearms are flat, fingers are spread wide, elbows under shoulders. So this time it's our right toe that extends back, and our left arm that reaches forward. Brace your core, hold in. Then reach fingertips and toes off the floor. Maybe the toes of your left foot lift. Tap down, release. Exhale, lift, brace your core. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, lift, lengthen, brace. Inhale, tap down. One more time. Exhale, lift, lengthen, brace. Inhale, bring your left elbow down, bring your right toe to the back, then step your left foot back. You lift your heels a little bit, bring your knees in, and then drop the tops of the feet and lower the hips. Lift the top of your head up front. Adjust your elbows as needed. Full breath, inhale. Exhale, we'll lower the ribcage, reach the hands out. Remember, we still want softness in the elbows. Then we draw the belly space away from the floor, press down the tops of the feet. Lift your heart up a little bit forward. Then exhale, reach those arms out, lengthen, stretch, inhale. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, draw your belly. Exhale, lift your thighs. Inhale, lengthen, stretch them out. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, belly in. Exhale, arms and legs both lift, stretch, Superman, hold, inhale. Exhale, lower it down. One more time. Inhale, press your feet. Exhale, lift your arms up. Reach, stretch those fingertips long. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, draw the belly button. Exhale, lift the thighs. Inhale, lengthen them as far away as you can. Exhale, lower them down. Last one, inhale, draw in. Exhale, arms and legs lift. Reach, stretch out long, hold, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, fold your elbows, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Nice work. Then we'll move our hands in. Keep your knees bent, press up. Shift your knees out wide. Sit towards your heels. And then gently just shift your rib cage, your tailbone a little bit. Let your forehead rest. Let that lower back space lengthen. Maybe bring your arms back. Long, full inhale. Long, soft exhale. One more full breath in child's pose. And let it go. Then we'll gently round the spine up. Bring the hips around. Again, you want most of your mat behind you. We'll bring our knees with us as we gently roll the shoulders back. Let the back of your head rest, soften your jaw. Relax your shoulders and just hug those knees in and add any movement that feels nice through your lower back space. Maybe circles, maybe side to side. Then take your right leg and extend it all the way out and let it rest to the floor. Your left knee is in. You'll bring your right hand around your left knee. Drop your left arm to the side and then pull that left knee up and over across your body.
Keeping your shoulders flat to the floor, you want to turn and look over your left shoulder, and then use your left hand to pull that right hip and knee down and across. Each inhale creates more length through that hip joint. Exhale, we feel the muscles go, and relax. Again, inhale to create more stretch, and exhale to relax. Release your right hand and bring your left knee back to center. As your left leg slides out, hug your right knee into your chest. Stretch that left leg away. Feel your right one hug in close. Then take your right arm and drop it out to the side. Use your left hand to pull that right knee and hip up and over, keeping your right shoulder flat to the floor. Use that left hand to pull from the hip to the knee. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, feel it release. Inhale, create that length. Exhale, feel it release. Inhale, bring the knee back to your center. Hug both knees in. Give it a good squeeze. Now release your toes either up to the sky in dead bug or in happy baby. Feel your neck and shoulders relax. Just allow your body to circulate that blood supply back through the heart. Softness in your jaw. Breathe inhale and exhale. Then for your next breath, choose your Shavasana space. Maybe it's a butterfly leg or a Nina pose or any variation of corpse pose, legs extended or bent. Wherever your body feels more comfortable. And then check to make sure the back of your neck is lengthened, your jaw is softened, the space around your eyes relaxes. Get long, slow inhales through the nose. Long, slow exhales also through the nose. Try to match the length of your exhale to your inhale. Feel those shoulder blades reach down and away. If your tongue feels like it's stuck to the roof of your mouth, gently draw it away, relaxing the jaw. Make this next breath the most long, gentle breath you have. Start bringing light movement back to fingertips and toes, and then your ankles and wrists. Maybe you start rocking your knees a little side to side, or you can windshield wiper from your toes as well, where it feels good. And then we'll draw the knees to the chest, give them a good hug in, feel that lower back space relax. You're welcome to take this fetal pose over to the side. If there's another stretch your body says it needs here, feel free. Then we'll gently make our way into any seated position that you like. Try to find the full length through your spine, the release of your shoulder blades, and turn your palms open. Take a long inhale through your nose. Exhale, feel your shoulder blades reach down into your back pockets. With your next inhale, reach your fingertips to the sky.
Exhale, move your hands to your heart. And then with a gentle bow forward, we say namaste. And I thank you all. Have a great night. So remember, the next session starts Wednesday next week because of voting being in this space.